Hey YouTubers, I want to talk about Ray Comfort's failed Coke can analogy. He likes to dredge up something that's basically a reworked Watchmaker analogy, where he talks about, he did this in the RSS debate, and some of his Way of the Master materials, where he, will hold up a Coke can and say, oh, this Coke can is indicative of a Coke can maker, and if there's a painting, the painting is indicative of a painter. A building, is indicative of a builder. Um, and I'll just summarize the watchmaker analogy for you, because these are all just variations of the same argument. Watchmaker analogy goes: you're walking down a beach, you find this watch. Um, when you look at a watch carefully, you can see characteristics of design, the way it fits together and works as a functioning machine, and has a purpose. It tells time. Um, it's obviously something that is designed and put together by someone, and that's absolutely true. Um, the thing is, it fails as an analogy to human life or any kind of life on this planet, um, which is how he tries to use it. He says, that um, just like the Coke can or the building or um, the painting, you yourself show characteristics of design. Life on this planet shows characteristics of design, and that's that's bullshit. Um, Here's why. You find that watch, and you take a look at the parts, and then ask yourself, do little gold letters occur naturally? Are they mined right out of the ground in the shape of numbers 1 through 12? No. Do you find leather on the ground falling off of cows in the shape of wristbands for watches? No. No. You find tiny little gears, in the iron ore underground, that just happen to fit together, to tell time? No. No. Obviously, the parts in a watch have to be manufactured. You can't even find stainless steel in nature. There are components there that don't exist in those forms in nature. The other thing is, if you take all of those watches, the watch parts, if you have every single part that works on a watch, and you throw them all in a box, shake them up, zap it, do whatever you want to, it's not going to assemble itself. There's no mechanism in place for those parts to assemble themselves. Doesn't happen. Same thing goes for the Coke can, the painting, the building. You don't find 2x4s in nature. You find trees, and they have to be milled into 2x4s, etc. Houses don't assemble themselves. Builders have to do it. All very true, very obvious. What he's missing is, in biology, that's not the case. You look at, well, obviously atoms in their free form are found in nature, and molecules are found because there is a process that attracts molecules or atoms to each other to form more complex molecules. You have hydrogen bonding and covalent bonding and polar bonding, and there are a number of processes that work to join atoms together to form molecules. And there are processes that make these molecules progressively more complex. There are processes that drive the evolution of basic life forms to create more complex life forms. There are natural processes to explain every step of that. Not true of the watch. You don't find those parts in that form in nature, and there's no mechanism to put it together. It's a completely different situation. It's a piss poor analogy. It shows, guys like Ray Comfort's level of ignorance of biology and chemistry and just basic science, because it's even worse than comparing apples and oranges. At least those are both biological, but it makes you wonder, why this guy doesn't think things through like this. The analogy is awful.